A very good morning, my dear students. I welcome you all in the online English class. In the previous classes, I already explained the lessons. Lesson number 5, The Smell of Sweets. Lesson number 6, Rumpelstiltskin, and a poem, If I Knew. So today, I am going to summarize these two lessons and a poem. So at first, I am going to summarize the lesson number 5, The Smell of Sweets. This chapter is based on truth and justice. There was a businessman called Manik Chand. He had a sweet shop. His shop was very famous for its tasty sweets and for savories. So many people came to the shop to purchase the sweets. Manik Chand earned so much money from that shop, but he always wanted more money and he never wanted to give his money to anybody. A poor person named Bholanath lived near Manik Chand's shop. So every day Bholanath crossed Manik Chand's shop. On that time, the tasty smell of sweets strongly filled the air. Bholanath stopped and looked for a long time with his eyes at the sweets in the shelves. He wanted to purchase, but Bholanath had no money at all. One day, when Bholanath went to his work, he stopped outside Manik Chand's shop and sat in front of the shop and opened his lunch box. For the first time, Bholanath enjoyed his meal because the smell of the sweets. So from that day, Bholanath sat daily in front of Manik Chand's shop and ate his lunch. But one day, Manik Chand observed Bholanath eating outside his shop. Manik Chand angrily asked, "What are you doing here?" Bholanath simply replied, "He is simply enjoying the smell of sweets." Manik Chand shouted at Bholanath, "You are enjoying the smell of the sweets without giving any money." Bholanath totally surprised to hear this. Manik Chand said, "If you don't pay, then I shall take you to the court." Bholanath didn't have any money, so he went to the court with Manik Chand. The judge listened Manik Chand's complaint calmly, and after that he asked Bholanath, "Do you have any money?" He took out only 2 small coins from his pocket. The judge asked again to Bholanath, "How long you have been smelling the sweets?" He answered, "For a month." The judge said, "I think you must pay for this." After all, Manik Chand has spent money for this shop. All the people in the court were surprised to hear this. Manik Chand also saw the judge very surprisingly. At that time, the judge took out some coins and said to Bholanath, "You shake the coins near Manik Chand's ears so that he hears a ringing sound of coins." Manik Chand angrily said to the judge, "You are make me a fool." The judge replied, "It's true. If there is a price for smelling them, this is how you will get paid for it." Manik Chand felt shame of himself. He begged for forgiveness and left the court. Bholanath thanked to judge for his judgment. So, from this lesson, we learned that truth always wins in all conditions. Now, I am going to summarize the next lesson, lesson number 6, Rumpelstiltskin. This particular lesson is based on power and greed. Once upon a time, there was a poor miller who had a beautiful daughter. Because of this reason, he wanted to meet to the king and he wanted to seem more powerful and important. That's why he said his daughter can draw out and twist the thread and cut the stalks of corn into gold. The king was surprised to hear this and said to the miller, he must bring his daughter tomorrow to the palace and I want to take test of her. The next day, Miller carried his daughter to the king's palace. The king had taken Miller's daughter into a room which is full of straw. The king said, you just finish the work, otherwise you are going to die. Miller's daughter had no idea how to straw could be spun into gold. She was so much afraid and scared. After that, she began to cry. Suddenly, a little man came and asked the girl, why are you crying? She replied, I don't have any idea how to spin this straw into gold. The little man said, if I finish this work, what you can give? Miller's daughter given the necklace to the little man. After that, the little man finished the work in whole night and till morning. All the straw spun and all the reels were full of gold. In the early morning, the king reached, and when he saw the gold, he was so happy for that. He took the miller's daughter into the another room and ordered to finish the work if she valued her life. Again, the girl started crying, and that time little man came again and asked, what you can give if I finish this work? The girl given her ring to the little man. After that, the little man began to turn the wheel and by morning had spun all the straw into shining gold. The king was so happy to see this, but he wanted more. So he took again Miller's daughter into a big room and said, you must spin this straw into gold, and if you finish this, I shall make you my queen. When the girl was alone that time, the little man came again and the third time and asked, what you can give if I spin this straw too? But the little girl replied, she don't have anything. Then little man said, you promise me if you should become the queen, you would give your first child to me. The girl thought for a while and promised what the little man wanted. Again the little man finished the work one more time, spun all the straw into gold. The king came in the next morning and got what he had wished for. So the king had taken the girl and got married. The beautiful miller's daughter became the queen of that palace. After 1 year, they had a sweet, lovely baby. The queen totally forgot all the promise what she had made to the little man. Suddenly, one day, the little man appeared and asked the queen to give him her baby. The queen offered the little man all types of richest things, but he refused everything. He wanted only queen's child. In that time, the queen started crying. On that time, the little man took pity on her. and said, "If you can say my name within 3 days, then you can keep your child." The queen started thinking all types of names. She sent a messenger to every corner of country for any other type of name. But the little man rejected all types of names. On the last day, the messenger came back and said that I have not been able to find a single new name anywhere. But when I came from a high mountain, I saw a little house, and in front of the house a fire was burning, and a little funny man round about the fire who was jumping and hopping and sing a song. Today I brew, today I bake, tomorrow I will the baby take. For the queen will lose the game, for she knows not my fame, and that Rumpelstiltskin is my name. When the queen heard this, she jumped for joy. When the little man came the next day and asked, "What is my name?" on that time, the queen said, "Maybe your name is Rumpelstiltskin." The little man cried out in anger. He said that the devil has told you that. And he put his foot down very heavily and pushed the earth so hard that his whole leg went into the ground. When he tried to pull out his leg with great force, it tore his body into two parts. At that time, the queen was filled with fear, but she was also relaxed that the little man never come back to her life. So, this is the end of the summarization of this lesson. Number 6, Rumpelstiltskin. Next, I am going to give a short summary of the poem If I Knew. If I Knew. This poem is written by Maud Wayman. So, through this poem, the poet Maud Wayman trying to convey that if he knew that the box where the smiles were kept, no matter how large the key or strong the bolt, he would try so hard and he would do his best to open that box and spread all these smiles on land, seas, etc. He also says that he would gather all the sorrows and sadness from every children's face and then pack them in a huge box. So from this poem, the poet has two parts. The first part talks about giving happiness and the other part talks about removing sadness. So through this poem, the poet is trying to convey the message is that if we selfishly hold on to the world's resources and the wealth that it has to be offer, if we persist in discriminating on grounds of race, religion and caste, then we are lost. So we should not be cold from within. So the summarization of these two lessons and a poem are over. I hope, my dear students, you all might enjoy with the summarization of these lessons and a beautiful poem. So thank you and have a great day.